What's up, gamers and collectors? DGC back with another video. Today we're going to do some pickups, midweek video, small, going to try to keep it short. Alex, you never do. Well, let's try. Alright guys, so let's try to keep this short. Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch edition, I don't even know, I guess it's Game & Watch Super Mario Bros. This is still sealed. Don't really know why I bought it. It was 50 bucks retail. It's a cool novelty thing. I don't really want it, to be honest with you. I like truly am scratching my head, not only because there's an itch and I need to fix my hair, but because I'm scratching my head metaphorically that I don't know why I bought it. It was just truly kind of a waste of money. Kind of a impulse buy, definitely an impulse buy. So if you're enjoying it, good for you, but I bought it and I have no real reason to open it. Let's see here. This was my one and only game purchase for Black Friday sales, so to speak, and that was Final Fantasy VII Remake. So if you watched the games that I beat last year video, this was in there. I beat this at the tail end of the year. I purchased this sometime at the end of October. I think this was one of like the original Black Friday. It was pre-November, if I'm not mistaken. That's why I was like, what? Why is that already on sale? Like that meme, like... so, you know, I just, for me, it was like, why did, you know, how did they get this down to 25 bucks? And then, like, why did I wait so long? It took me about 36 to 38 hours, somewhere in that ballpark, to beat this game. I had an absolute blast with it. Now knowing that it's fun as shit, beautiful, beautiful game. This is probably one of the better looking games on the PlayStation 4. This and, like, The Order 1886, Until Dawn, you know, just some of the Final Fantasy 15, just some of the really good looking games. This is definitely going to be up there in some of the better looking games for the PlayStation 4. Really beautiful game. The hair, the facial animations, the, you know, background, it's just everything about it, the scenery. Really, really fantastic game. Cannot wait for part 2, although I'm literally going to have to do nothing but wait because this took... I don't know, 20 years for them to announce they were going to make a remake, and then, when did they announce this? 15, and it came out in 20, so it took them like 5 years just to make part 1. It might have been 14 or 15, I don't remember, but regardless, it took them multiple years. They're definitely working on part 2, there's no doubt about, well, let me rephrase that. They're working on an enhanced version of this in native 4K, maybe 60 frames on the next-gen consoles, 100%, and then maybe trying to get this version to run on the Switch. 100% they're totally working on that, because if you actually look, there was a sticker on here somewhere. This was only exclusive until 4/10 of 21, so April 10th of 21. So I'm just going to go ahead and make an assessment that that's when the next gen versions are going to release, so they're probably going to announce them real soon here. If you see a sealed copy in a store, there's totally a sticker right here that says like PlayStation exclusive for a tiny little bit of time, because you can see it doesn't say only on PlayStation on top, so clearly they know it's coming to other consoles. But really great game, especially for 25 bucks. Now I got this way back in November. This is Ikaruga for the PlayStation 4 from Nicalis. This is the special edition version. Comes in this nice thick slipcover, and it comes with one of those little like Metal Earth guys. It's like a ship or whatever, and then the game on PlayStation 4. I'm not the biggest fan of Ikaruga. I don't hate the game, but I don't love it at the same time. It's a really good game. However, oh, my heat's making all that noise. You gotta love having oil heat. Whatever. It is what it is. I try to avoid that. That's why this is a midweek video. So yeah, Ikaruga for the PlayStation 4 with the little metal, what do they call that? The Metal Earth, I think is what that company's called. It's cool and all, but you know, not necessarily for me. Now, then I picked up Cyberpunk 2077. You'll notice that this is the crappy slipcover that they usually come with. It's empty, because I returned the game. I beat it, then I returned it. I have it, and I played it on my PlayStation 5, much like I played Final Fantasy VII Remake on PlayStation 5. Okay, well, so here's kind of a funny comparison, and I'm trying to keep this short. This took them 5 years after they announced it to come out. This took 8 years after they announced it to come out. Came out fucking flawless. let's be honest, this game works very silky smooth, looks beautiful. It's not as long as we wanted, but it's 35-hour game, just the main story. This is how you release a game. This is not how you release a game. Really, frankly, enjoyed the shit out of it. I'll probably buy it again in the summer on the PC and play it again because it's already working great on the PC. It pretty much never didn't work great on the PC from the get-go. It worked great. But even on the PS5, it still froze on me 7 times, like hard freeze or hard crash 7 times out of the 35 hours. So basically once every 5 hours, which really isn't that bad, but it's still just the annoyance and the fear of it. Like you're midway just walking down a hallway and then you're just like, oh God, is it going to freeze? I'm fighting this boss. Is it going to freeze? Is it going to crash? And then you're just fighting like a giant drop ship that's coming at you, just blowing you up, and you keep failing the mission. You're just like, that happened to me one time, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I was doing like a race or something in the desert part where they could the Badlands, and I'm racing around or whatever, and then the game just crashes like as I'm about to beat this mission that was super hard. I'm just like, what the fuck? Really, Cyberpunk? So I returned it, nevertheless. All right, so we will, yeah, fuck it, we'll do these now. All right, so I got the PS5. I was going to do a small little review for it. I know I said I was going to do that. Some of you might have wanted to see that, so I'm going to touch on that real quick. How many minutes we got? We got 6.5 minutes already. I'm keeping this relatively short because there's about 10 more games total. PlayStation 4 or 5, I should say. I wanted to do a review on it, and like I do, but I mean, it's already been 2 months to going into 3 months. Nobody wants to watch DGC's crappy little review about it. I mean, maybe a few of you might actually want to, and I appreciate that, but like in large, the amount of time it would spend to like add B-roll and edit it and do all that shit, it's going to get 200 views, and it's not worth the time. And I hate to say it that way, but it's just really not. But I will briefly talk about all these: Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, PS5 version, playing it on my... I did also treat myself to a nice 4K TV. I got a Sony X900H. It was the second best TV that you can get for next generation as of right now. According to the big TV YouTuber guys, there's Stop the FOMO. He's actually a pretty funny guy. And then there's HD TV Test. Super nerdy guy, but I love both of them. They both have very different approaches to their content. They're huge channels. But HD TV Test is like me, but as like a TV guy. Like he knows everything there is to know about TV. So he's super, and he's kind of a gamer too. So he's entertaining as shit to watch. And then Stop the FOMO, also just a very comical guy, very funny. And I just enjoy watching both of them. So, but I ended up deciding on the X900H, or it's the X90H, or just the X90 in Europe and stuff. But it's the same exact TV. And it's funny enough, the box actually says X90 on it instead of X900. It's a really great TV. I have zero problems with it. I really wanted to get the LG C10 OLED. However, it didn't do something that I wanted badly, and then I was just like, you know what? I got this TV for a very good price. I 2-year financed it at 0%. I'm paying double each month, so I'm gonna pay it off in a year. And yeah, it'll end up being a good thing, and it was a good purchase for the price and all that good stuff. But Call of Duty Black Ops, I have tried, and it does do the 120 frames, is why I bought the Sony TV, because the Sony X900 and the C10 LG are the only two TVs currently that do, and the C9, the LG C9 does it as well, which was last year's LG OLED. Are the only 3 TVs to my knowledge that do the 125 or 120 on the PlayStation 5. Only certain games really do it. I haven't experienced any issues with it, or at least my eyes aren't bothered by people are complaining about blurriness and stuff. It doesn't bother me, and I hate motion blur on PC games. I literally turn motion blur off on every single game. I haven't noticed any motion blur on this TV whatsoever. So for me, it's the absolute pinnacle of TV. I was rocking a 720p plasma TV since PS3. So I went all the way through PS3, PS4, PS4 Pro, all the way to PS5 on my 720p TV, and then I was like, I can't do this for PS5. I gotta upgrade. So I did get me an Sony X900H. All right, so the reason I brought that up was because all these, well, actually 3 of them have performance. Actually, 4 of these have performance modes in them. This has the ray tracing mode, which is 4K 60 with ray tracing, or you can do 4K no ray tracing, 120 hertz, and it's not technically 120. It's more like 70, 80, and then like maybe 65, probably about 65, 75, where it like spikes up a little bit. It doesn't go to no damn 120 frames. It might, but I really doubt it, because I've played Call of Duty on 144 frames on my PC, and I know what that feels like. Single player, not good. Give it a solid 6.5. Worth playing, not worth spending 70 on the PS5 to play the campaign if you're a Call of Duty campaign guy. Not worth it. Multiplayer, though, I'm actually having a crazy amount of fun with it. I'm actually, as of by the end of the time you've watched this, I've already prestiged one time on Season 1. Super excited about it. I've never actually prestiged at all. So if that tells you, and I've played every single Call of Duty. So if that tells you how much fun I'm having with the multiplayer in this one, I don't know why. Maybe it's just because of the feel of the new console. I'm really feeling it, so to speak, with Call of Duty multiplayer, but I'm prestiging for the first time ever on Call of Duty, so I'm definitely having a blast with the multiplayer. Demon's Souls. This is my least played PS5 game. Not because it's a bad game. I actually really enjoy it. This is the kind of game that I need to really sink some time into and really want to just play the crap out of it. But like, I know that this is one of those games where you really have to invest the time to learn the strategies and the different nuances of battling each foe that you face and each boss and all that kind of stuff. And I don't frankly have the time right now. But eventually I will beat this game. I could foresee this being like a summertime PlayStation Plus game, maybe fall. So if you're hesitant to spend 70 on this, I would wait a little while. I bet you they put this on PlayStation Plus pretty quickly, honestly. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Just like Call of Duty, I'm a big Assassin's Creed guy. I've played all of them. With that being said, up until Unity, I was hooked. Every time they'd come out, I'd watch all the trailers, I'd watch all the reviews, I was just hooked. And then obviously I got older and job and old man and tired all the time and yada, yada, yada. So now I don't really watch a lot of trailers, all that shit. But Assassin's Creed, like, I don't know, with the Viking era, it just really intrigued me. And then Origins, I beat about 3/4 of the game. Enjoyed it a good bit. It was cool with the desert theme and the Egyptian stuff. And what was his name? Something with an M. I don't remember. He was actually a pretty cool character. And then was Odyssey. I got Odyssey for Christmas, and I had it on my Series X. I played Origins and Odyssey on the Series X. I only played Odyssey for maybe 3 hours total. Just couldn't get into it. And apparently that's like a really good one, so I do kind of want to get that game again on the PS4 for my PS5 and then give it another shot. I've heard it's actually really good. So that's Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I'm probably 30 hours into it, and I'm actually really enjoying this one. I completely sidetracked there, but Valhalla is actually really good. It's more tanky. You really got some weight to your character now, and like the way he runs and shit. It is a very good game. Here's a not great game, Sackboy. As a Little Big Planet aficionado, I have all 5 of the Little Big Planets, 1, 2, 3 on the 1 and 2 on PS3, and then 3 was on PS4 and 3 for that matter, Vita and PSP. Played them all, beat them. Yeah, love them. Love Little Big Planet. This is like a solid 6 out of 10. Don't buy this at full retail. Buy it at like $20, honestly. You're going to thank me later. Good game, but not anything really to write home about. Spider-Man Launch Edition. This was arguably the thing I was most excited about. That and Astrobot, and we'll talk about that in a sec because there's no physical for it. Spider-Man Miles Morales. Really good, super short, beautiful looking game. Played it on the fidelity, they call it performance or fidelity. The fidelity is, the ray tracing mode. Played it on that. I enjoyed the ray tracing and the 4K and all that stuff. I did dabble with the performance mode. I bought the PS5 to just be awed by the graphics, and I bought the TV to be just awed by the 4K and the ray tracing. So I'm good on the performance mode. If I want to do that, I'll use my RTX 2070 Super, which is essentially an RTX 2080, which, albeit not the greatest card, but still a decent enough video card. Alright, so that's all the PS5 games. Obviously I have the PS4. I also got the headset, another controller, the charging cradle, and the media remote. Now out of all those accessories, the thing you should buy first is the media remote. Everybody has Netflix, everybody has Disney Plus, and then the other thing on there is Spotify. I don't actually have that. And then YouTube, I definitely have that. So it's with the media remote, you hit the button, it just launches it within a matter of literally 12 seconds. I counted it. So even if your PlayStation 5 is fully off, you get home and it's Friday night and you're trying to watch Mandalorian, you pop that button as soon as you get in the door, 12 seconds and it's into Disney Plus. It's fucking awesome. It really is. The PS5 is literally that fast to boot up into a game if you somehow get it in there quick enough, and it'll launch in like 12 seconds, which is really insane to think about. So that's the PS5 games. Now, on to the last, there's 4 games here, yeah. All right, so we're down to 4, and we're at 15 minutes, not bad. All right, so we got Grandia HD Collection from Limited Run. I'm currently playing Grandia 2. That is my first game of the year that I'm trying to beat. As of right now, for anybody that's played it, no spoilers, but it's a 20-year-old game at this point. I'm at like the lion boss. That's I just traversed through like some mountains. I forget what the mountains are called. I'm at the lion boss. He's like a bipedal lion that talks and shit and has like a sword and shit. He's hard as fuck. I'm gonna have to go back and grind, and that's the thing that gets me with RPGs, where you got to go back and grind. I kind of like, I know some people are super into that, but like to me that really deters me, and then like I'm just like, well fuck, I don't want to play this because I don't want to go back and grind. Like if I go through an area and like I don't necessarily go out of my way to avoid fighting characters on the screen, but like I won't fight them all, right? So like maybe I'm not that hardcore of an RPG guy where I got to go in and slash everybody down that's in my path, but I'll kill off like 3/4 of the people that I see, and then just kind of keep going, because I mainly just play games for the stories, honestly. And so it's a good game. I'm not going to shit on it yet. Like up until that point, to that lion boss, like I was having a blast with it. It's got a cool ass story. The graphics, albeit are 20 years old, but even in HD, it looks like a really polished indie game at this point. That's kind of how I look at it, and it's a phenomenal game, and I can't wait to try the first one too, because the first one's more of like a 2D sprite-based game, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure, yeah. No, I guess, yeah, okay, so that's more of like a 2.5D, like diagonal sprite-based with like nice looking. I think it's all hand-drawn on the PS1, or I don't honestly know. I never played the first one. I do have the second one for the Dreamcast, but never actually ended up beating it on the Dreamcast. Now, here's something that I'm kind of embarrassed about. I recently moved, as some of you are aware, and I have well water here. My dad came over to fiddle with the water softener one day when I was at work. This came in the mail, and it was sitting on my desk, and he had to use the computer to look up the model of the water softener to fiddle with it. There's no way in hell he didn't see this. I'll let that sink in. I'm a little embarrassed about this one. In case you can't see that, that's Waifu Uncovered for the Switch. This is like the big box edition, which basically just comes with some really pervy art cards that you can pull out, and there's fucking flopping double E titties on them. So, I did not buy this for like the pervy reason. I bought it because I just like shoot 'em ups, and I like to have content for the channel. This is exclusively to the Switch as of right now, and it was at one point delisted from the eShop. I don't know about now. They might have added in a censored version, which I think this is what they did. I actually have not yet to play this. I probably will play it. I mean, I definitely will play it at some point. I did open it, but I didn't actually play it yet. Just super funny that this, like, I left it on my desk and like didn't think about it that my dad was coming over while I'd be at work, and this was just chilling on top of my desk, Waifu Uncovered. And in case you can't see the cover, I'll just get the close up on that. So, whatever. Whatever. All right, so the last two things here. And I guess I'll open this up for camera. So I actually just recently streamed these. You'll probably, if you had seen that last week before I launched this episode, Stelly or Astel, I don't know how to say that. These are it's a collection of Game Gear shoot 'em ups. Nothing really spectacular in here, like a tiny little one-page thing. It is a flippable cup. Ooh, that looks way cooler. I like that. That one looks way cooler with the, oops, don't drop that. The character right there, that looks cool as shit. The artwork on that, and then the ship on that side looks cool versus that looks kind of bland. I don't know, I would have gone with that one, honestly. But either way. It's funny though, I streamed both this and this next one. I really didn't like this game, and this was like $70 for this collection from PlayAsia, so not really a fan, and for $70, that's rough. So here is like a comic book, I guess, and this is sealed. It came with it, so I'm gonna open it up real quick and look at it. I didn't actually look at it yet. I can only assume that this is in Japanese, so it doesn't really do me a lot of good, but probably has some nice artwork in here. So we'll open that up and look at it. And ooh. Oh, that smells delicious. Oh, okay, this does have some really nice artwork in here. And it's actually on comic book paper, too. The inside. The outside is like plastic, but then the inside's like actual comic book paper. So, oh, okay, yeah, alright. So it's fully in Japanese, but whatever. It's got some, let's see here, there's probably some, yeah, the artwork in here. Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, I just love sniffing stuff. Okay. Yeah, oh yeah, I totally know what that says. It's just fully in Japanese. Fully in Japanese. I'm guessing that's maybe like the guy who made the game. But either way, still cool that you know, it came with it, I guess. Regardless, I need that for the PlayStation 4 or shoot 'em up videos. Now, this one right here. Alex, you always save something great for the last, and I did. This is probably my favorite shoot 'em up of the last, let's call it decade, I guess you could say. Nah, not decade. Probably the last 5 years, really, though. This was exclusively to the PlayStation Vita, which is the PlayStation family. And I think it might have been on the PS3 as well, but not physically. Physically on the Vita. And I'm not a huge fan of the Vita. Hate to say it. Like, I like the Vita, but the library sucks. The library is terrible on the Vita. It really is. Like, exclusive-wise, there's really only 20 games that I can play on the Vita that I can't play on consoles. And, like, why would you play it on a little screen when you could play it on a massive, whatever size screen you have? Like, the logic in that. But whatever. Some people are into handhelds. I ain't hating. But so I got the East Asia Soft Play Asia copy of Soldner X2 Final Prototype Definitive Edition. This is opened. Obviously I streamed it the other day for you guys. It is only on the PlayStation family though, so that's cool. Now, I just love the game because it has really good music. The soundtrack's really good to it. The ships, the colorful bullets, and the level design and all that stuff. There's a lot of unlockables. It's a really good game. While I was streaming it, one guy even had asked, like, hey, what is this? And then another guy asked, and then both of them ended up buying it on eBay, so that was kind of cool that they did that, and I influenced some people into buying a cool-ass game. Unfortunately, that they had to buy it from eBay. But that's going to do it for me, guys, and look forward to next week's video. Peace out for now.
Come here, you motherfucker! This is it, baby.